This is a pregnant man. Yes, they are female to male. When he went to the hospital and had his child, he was upset because many of the hospital staff was referring to him as the mother. Some of you may say, what's the problem with that? He is biologically the mother. And while that is true, here's why it's disrespectful. He goes by male pronouns and is a male. Yes, he did just have a child, which is something that traditionally a mother does, but he is a man. He is the father. When you're referring to him and you're talking straight to him, why would you give him mother, knowing that that's traditionally a woman, when he's identifying as a man? Your mind should automatically say father, and at no point do you catch yourself and say father, you just keep saying mother. That's why it's problematic, because you're seeing a man. Yes, he just had a child.
Don't you get wacky on me. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Wow! The land of make-believe!
So I realized, watching that first TikTok, I'm sitting here trying to figure it out in my head. Then I realized, what the hell am I doing? Trying to make sense of the nonsensical. It just, there's no making sense of it. Anyway. Oh my God, what just happened? Anyway, we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And listen, you ain't seen nothing yet. I hope you guys are prepared to have your minds blown once again. In today's episode of Epic Woke TikTok Fails.
TikTok is degenerate trash. Correct.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay?
Truest words ever spoken, ever. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming back. We got a jam-packed show today. First of all, as most of you know, yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the insurrection at the January 6th insurrection at the Cap. So, of course, we've got all kinds of people making TikToks about that. So I'll show you that. Also, it's like the new in thing to be schizophrenic or dissociative identity disorder, whatever they call it these days. So basically to, I don't know, make TikToks about mental illnesses. I don't know. We got plenty of those too. Before we get into it, just place your attention on the screen briefly. This is real. There was actually a guy that had this, screenshotted this, made a TikTok about it. I'm not going to play that. I just want to read you guys the letter. This is an email. Zoom meeting. It says, I'm writing you all today to inform you of a new protocol for our staff Zoom meetings. Moving forward, everyone will be required to wear a mask during our meetings. One of our team members has a fear of unmasked people, and I want to make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable. This requirement is effective immediately. That's real. That's not fake. That's not a joke. That's not a prank. That's not a gotcha. That's real life. Let's get into it. All right, we're going to start it off with these people that think they have schizophrenia. I'm going to say I'm just not buying it. I think it's all a thing they put on, a little show they put on for TikTok. By the way, we have no sponsors for today's video. If you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of that video unless stated otherwise by you. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, become a member. The greatest community on the YouTubes, that's you guys. It says, how many alters do you have? And how many of those are active? So alters, I guess, are their alternate personalities from what I'm gathering. Roll the film, please.
Hi, my name is Lana, and I'm probably going to be answering the majority of the questions we get today, so yeah. So we did an alter count, I think, a day or two ago, and we have 271 alters at this point. And the second part of the question, it depends on what you mean by active. If you mean people who are not dormant, that is all 271. 271 is not including our dormant alters. No idea how many dormant altars we actually have. I'd have to ask like a gatekeeper or something. But if you mean people who front regularly, that'd be about probably like 40 or 50 of us. Because we have a lot of people, obviously, who just like don't front that often. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Are you off your fucking meds or something?
Clearly. So this person has 200 and something personalities. Maybe. Yeah, sounds about right. Let's keep... We're doomed. Keep it moving, please. All right, is it... I don't know, guys. I don't even know what to say. Here's another one on that same premise that we just saw. Now, they use the same language, so I'm thinking this is kind of got to be the popular thing going around TikTok now. They say gatekeeper, and, oh, this one doesn't want to front, so I'm guessing that one stays... Once again, making sense of the nonsensical. Roll the film, please.
Hi, my name's Becca. I'm the host of the system.
Hi, I'm Bella. I don't really know what role I have in the system because I am a new alter, so...
Hey, my name is Rosa. I am the caretaker of the system.
What's up? It's Jamie. I'm the primary protector of the system. We took our meds a while ago, so I'm groggy.
Hi, my name's Vega. I am the sexual protector of the system. Hey, I'm Kai. I am a trauma holder and gatekeeper for the system. I work very closely with another alter, Nick, who is an internal caretaker. He does not really front.
I think you're all fucked in the head.
I mean, I'm not really sure if this is real. Then obviously these people need some serious help. But I keep it moving. All right, we got one more. Like I said, I think it's just a fad on the TikToks. Like I don't. It says Art 18. She, her gatekeeper. Sure. Roll it.
Hi everybody, it's your friendly female alter Art. It's 10:30 at night and I don't want to go to bed. Right now is the first time I have been grounded in the body in a week. Every other time I've fronted in the last week, I've been disoriented. The reason I don't want to go to bed is because I'm never the one who wakes up. It's always Asher or Chris. And I don't know when the next time I will front and be grounded is. In case y'all are wondering, grounded means you are in the body fully. You feel the body. You're 100% in control of it. And every time I've fronted in the last week and a half, it's always been somebody else being close to me or other people talking so much I can't get grounded. I know we try to show a lot of the lighthearted stuff, and we try to show that you can be happy, but I don't think people really understand what it's like to live like this. And I'm happy. I love my life. I love my headmates. Some days are just hard.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yes, please, Art, she, her, gatekeeper. Please get some help. All right, moving right along. I literally have no idea what we're looking at right now. I don't know. It says, okay, it says, I literally sat waiting for a mental health appointment, and two of the doctors just walked past, looked at me, and then pissed themselves laughing. Sorry. All right. Okay, roll it.
Here comes the void! Hello, void! Welcome! Scream in fear, the void is...
A long time ago, being crazy meant something. Nowadays, everybody's crazy.
I've said this several times in the past, but when Charlie Manson's hitting the nail on the head, you know we're in trouble. All right, I still don't know what we're looking at, but keep it moving. All right, this one says, hi, comment to this lovely lady on the screen, or person. Hi, I hope I'm not being insensitive, but your bio says she, they. I'm not 100% sure what that means for how you identify. I'd love someone to explain. First of all, if someone puts their pronouns in their bio, that's an indication to just completely stay as far away from, don't ever engage with that person with any kind of conversation. Run as far away from that person as possible. My opinion, roll the film, please.
First off, this was a super respectful way to ask this, so thank you for that. I'm happy to explain, and I wanted to make it video just because I was like, right, I'm just going to put it all out there. I use the umbrella term queer to identify myself, but in gender identity terms, I am non-binary. I do identify with a lot of, like, womanhood and the female experience and things like that, but I am non-binary. That's just what it is. I spent a lot of my life with, like, gender fuckery and things like that, like messing around with, like, expectations and those kind of things, but non-binary is sort of where I sit comfortably. This is all very much thanks to my mother, who has always been rejecting of gender roles and raised me gender neutrally until I was old enough to make my own decisions and things like that. It took a while to come to terms with it, though, because I was told off for being too masculine when I was younger, especially in theatre performances. So, yeah, it did me well, but I'm non-binary, and I'm very happy with that. And she, they pronouns can be used for me interchangeably. Those are fine.
Ha! That's it! Hold it right there! Pronoun trouble.
Nobody cares! Nobody cares! Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares! Nobody cares.
My opinion is that these people that have to explain their pronouns because it's nonsense, these are the most selfish, self-centered, narcissistic, just ridiculous people. Whatever. Moving right along. I mean, I guess if that's the kind of shallow existence you want to live, that your pronouns are your, is what identifies you. Anyway, this is a screenshot. It says, can you guys use... Can you guys use ghost self as my pronouns, please?
What the fuck does that even mean?
Doesn't mean anything. It's all just make believe. I don't know. Like I said, the pronouns in the bio people, they're the same people like the one in the beginning of the person in the Zoom meeting that wanted everyone else in the Zoom meetings to wear face covering. We just can't indulge. You just say, absolutely not. Don't wear a face covering to a Zoom meeting. That's ridiculous. If that person doesn't want to come to the Zoom meetings anymore, cool. It's same with this. Can you use No, absolutely not. I'm not playing pretend. I'm an adult. I have adult things to do. You can go play pretend if you want with your little pretend friends, but please don't expect all of us to do it. We have other better things to do. Moving right along. All right, so before we get into the TikToks about January 6th, which Vice President Kamala Harris recently compared, actually, that study compared January 6th to Pearl Harbor, 9/11. I'll keep my mouth shut on that one because it won't be good. Anyway, before we get into that, pretty much an unauthorized tour through the Capitol. They stayed between the velvet ropes, picked up the trash when they left. Anyway, so we got the, you'll never ever, ever believe who breaks into this store and steals a bunch of stuff. You'll never believe it. You won't believe it. Roll the film, please. All right, it's on mute, so I'm just going to, there's no music or anything. So, black hoodies. Yep, look at all the black hoodies. Unreal, look at them. Bunch of animals. Look at them, I like a bunch of animals. Look at all those black hoodies.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
You people? Yes, you people. Yes, that's exactly what he meant. You people, what the... We'll leave it there on that one, too. You guys know the censorship that we're up against here. So, unfortunately, I think we're all on the same page here, though. It's all right. So here we go. We're getting into the worst day since 9/11 in Pearl Harbor and whatever else. Camel Head Harris, Camel Ha Harris said, whatever her name is. Camel. Stop comparing protests that have occurred because people are being murdered for the color of their skin or they don't know how to behave. Roll it.
Stop comparing protests that have occurred because people are being murdered for the color of their skin to a white supremacist inciting a violent riot on our nation's capital, which was followed through by literal Nazis and terrorists because he didn't win an election. And if you are a school administrator who is not allowing your educators to speak about this with your students, or if you're an educator who's not talking about it because you are too uncomfortable, you are all complicit in white supremacy. And if you can talk about 9/11 and acknowledge that with your students, then you can talk about what happened on January 6th. Just because the terrorists weren't brown or from another country doesn't make this any less of a terrorist attack.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are a fucking idiot.
Oh, and I forgot to mention old Bug Eyes here is our teacher feature of the day. So this is a school teacher who wants to lie to her students about what happened on January 6th. Clearly, in case you guys didn't see this, real quick before we get into our next one, I think Ted Cruz, senator from Texas, pretty much nuked his political career. In case you guys didn't hear it, yesterday he came out and said exactly what this, well, not exactly, but very similarly to what this teacher feature, this woman said, that we're coming up on the anniversary of a horrible terror attack. He called it a terrorist attack, and it was ridiculous. Ridiculous that Ted Cruz said that. Now, a lot of people say, well, Ted Cruz is toeing the line with the establishment, and he wants to, please appease the Democrats for his run for office and this, whatever. Tucker Carlson called him out on Tucker Carlson last night, or the day before. Yesterday Tucker Carlson called him out, or the night before, I think. Yeah, the night before. So last night, watching all this is frying my brain, obviously. Last night, so apparently Ted Cruz, so Tucker Carlson came right out and said, that's ridiculous. We don't know why Ted Cruz would say that. But if he wants to clarify a statement, he can get a hold of us. Ted Cruz went on Tucker Carlson last night, tried to explain himself, and Tucker Carlson just, he called him out. It was glorious. Ted Cruz was trying to explain it, just kind of stammered. Tucker Carlson said, hold, stop. I just don't believe you. He said, I just don't believe you. You're one of the smartest men I know. You're always extremely careful with your words. I mean, Ted Cruz, I think, was trying to be a Supreme Court justice. He said, you're always careful with your words, and you wouldn't make that mistake. So I just don't believe you. I just don't. And it was great. So I think Ted Cruz, sometimes there are people that are like that, that think they're on, tell everybody they're on one side and they're just kind of shilling for the other side, and it usually comes out in the wash like that. So that was pretty interesting. If you didn't see that, go check that out. It's definitely great to watch Tucker Carlson do that. And that's the thing. Tucker will call anybody out on either side if the case warrants it. So moving right along. All right. So this gentleman says, I'm sure we all remember where we were January 6th. I don't. I have no idea where it was on January 6th. I have absolutely zero clue. I remember hearing something about it. I don't know if it was Tim Cast or Tim Pool on his YouTube channel. Someone talked about it. And then, of course, once the liberal mainstream media and stuff picked it up, it was all they talked about for months and still a year later. But I don't have any idea what I was doing. Not a clue what I was doing. I didn't care. It was I watched it. I said, that's too bad. There's some people acting like idiots. Like, get down off the scaffolding before you fall and get hurt. And it showed people walking between the velvet lines in the Capitol. And yeah, there was some people that acted like idiots that, if you break the law, you got to pay the piper. But sitting in jail, in a DC jail, horrible, atrocious conditions from what I hear, without any bail on charges of trespassing or simple assault is egregious. I can't even believe that's happening in this country. Roll the film, please.
Can you believe that tomorrow will already be the 1-year anniversary of Trump's Capitol riot? It's just crazy. I'll never forget that day. The only day I can even relate it to was September 11th. That feeling of shame and sadness and just how dark the day was for our country. It's a day I'll never forget, as I'm sure many of you won't.
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
You're a fucking idiot.
Idiot. Listen, I'm not trying to justify anything or saying what happened was okay. Me personally, just, some bad things happened. Obviously, people lost their lives that day. Technically, only one was murder. And I don't know. I don't want to get into it. But you hear people like Tim Pool. I was like, oh, what happened was really, really, really bad. Well, was it? I mean, at any moment, they just could have called in reinforcements and had it shut down. I think I don't want to get. And by the way, you guys didn't see Tim Pool was swatted last night on his live stream. Officer Brandon Tatum, B. Tatum, was on it, and they were swatted on the live stream last night, right on live camera. Cops walked right in, and so I did a video about Tim Pool's new mansion when he first bought it. I did a video. It's like, I don't know, 7-8 months ago, shortly after I started out, and it's the most viewed video I've ever made. It's got like 85,000 views or something. And it was, like I said, it was when I was starting out. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. I was just having fun. I was just having a great time, trying to build up a community. So after that happened, I didn't even think that I'd made a video about his house because, I mean, I had the address and it was stuff. It was the listing prior to when he bought it. But a couple people came back to that video and said, oh, when I first saw Tim get swatted on his live stream, I thought of this video. And I was like, listen, obviously, clearly I had nothing to do with that. I don't even remember where the house was. I deleted it all right after I made the video, and I didn't dox him. That was crystal clear. So whatever. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of crazy. And I didn't even think of it. Whoops, I made a video with taking a little tour of his new mansion. But like I said, I didn't dox him. People in the Beanie compound where Tim lives, I was made aware that they had watched some of my videos that I made about Tim and some of the crew, and that they were fine with it. They thought they were pretty funny, so all good. I clearly had nothing to do with that. I like Tim Cast IRL. I think he's got some great guests. Marjorie Taylor Greene was on the other night. She had a lot of good things to say. So anyway, let's keep it moving. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. I think I'm going to start doing some more videos besides this woke TikTok insanity. I'll do some news stories, some big news stories that are coming out. Just some other videos to break it up a little. Some funny TikTok, some funny memes. Just switch it up a little this year, but just to have some fun. This stuff can get depressing. Roll it.
How does a Proud Boy racist spawn of two first cousins breach the Capitol without a single scratch up on them? How did they emerge escorted by the police force while in summer Black Lives Matter protesters got treated much worse? Looks like they got a secret weapon. It's not Donald Trump and it is definitely not intelligence. It's constantly confusing, confounding Caucasian fascists. Everyone give it up for America's oldest hidden practice, white privilege.
Lady, shut up!
That is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. Jesus Christ.
So this genius says Black Lives Matter protesters got treated much worse. If I remember correctly, for a whole summer they were pretty much given free reign to do as they pleased. A bunch of them got arrested. Yeah, police had to fight back some deep, but these people were vicious and violent. Antifa, BLM, billions with a B, billions of dollars worth of damage, 24 dead, including David Dorn and Sequoia Turner, who Black Lives Matter could care less about. Shall I go on? Keep it moving. And for those of you guys that don't know, David Dorn, was a retired police officer, black retired police officer that was killed in the BLM riots by the BLM rioters. Sequoia Turner was a little girl, 4 years old, maybe, very young little girl who was, same thing happened to her, I think, in Atlanta in the riots. So, yeah. People are nuts. No comparison, F off. Roll it.
You're probably in here just to stir shit, and you really aren't interested in a rational debate on this topic. Your greatest joy is probably telling somebody to fuck up every day. So I don't really expect you to answer. If you do, great. But to anybody else who thinks that there is no comparison between January 6th and September 11th, what about the two events was different? Other than the fact that one was done by foreign terrorists and one was done by domestic American terrorists.
Surely you can't be serious.
Yeah, I can't take someone like this seriously. I can't. To say there's no comparison, like, excuse me, to say that there is a comparison, she says, the only difference is one was by domestic and one was by foreign. There's absolutely zero things that these things had nothing in common. And this is where Ted Cruz saying what he said causes problems, because the left can say, see, Ted Cruz says it too. He says they're terrorists. I can't take this lady serious. People like her and Kamala Harris, the disrespect that they're showing people that were there at 9/11 or that lost their lives, you know, relatives of the people lost in 9/11, people lost in Pearl Harbor. For people like this crazy lady and Kamala Harris to compare it is an absolute disgusting disgrace.
How dare you?
All right, so this lovely woman, you guys probably remember her from a couple videos back. She's a real gem here, a real sweetheart. She's making the point that there is so she's making the point that there's no comparison to what happened January 6th and to the BLM riots the summer before. I 100% agree with her. I don't think there's any comparison to what happened January 6th and what happened with the BLM protests in the summer of 2020. I think the BLM riots were 50 times worse than what happened January 6th that lasted for a couple hours. I agree with you. I agree with you, miss. I think there's absolutely no comparison. I think we're in disagreement on which side, though. Roll it.
This is a Target where you buy condoms. This is the Capitol, our seat of government. It protects the rights that folks fought and died for. And there is no equivalency. These are people who have been slaughtered, fighting so they will not get murdered. And here they're protesting re-elections. So there is no equivalency. The time will come to heal divisions, but now we need to consider justice, 'cause this is protest and this is treason. So there can be no equivalency.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Okay, so at the end of that clip, you see it shows a guillotine out there in front of the White House, guillotine, however you say it. And she says, this is treason. The BLM and Antifa rioters did the same thing in right out front of the White House. They pushed and they had effigy or something of Trump, and these people are lunatics. They've been severely brainwashed by the mainstream media. Their brains are broken. Their brains are broken. No other way to explain it. Yeah, keep it moving. All right, listen, guys, we went a little long today, but like I said, we got a jam-packed, we had a jam-packed one today, and oh boy. So anyway, I'm gonna end it with this one. I just want to say thank you, guys. The last video I made, it was crazy. I was feeling terrible. I had a really bad stomach ache, and I don't know what happened to my microphone, but it cut out for about 15 seconds in the middle of the video, so everything just went quiet. So I told you guys, yeah, my stomach's not feeling great, and then I pinned a comment that said my microphone cut out, and you guys were just like, don't worry about it, no big deal, whatever. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. Like, I kind of felt like an idiot afterwards. I'm like, geez, these guys deserve better. You know, I got to do, I want to make top quality stuff. Should I delete this video and, do it all over again? What should I do? But you guys are just like, I don't even sweat it. So I just want to say thank you guys. That's why you guys are the greatest community on the YouTubes. And listen, if you're not subscribed, join us on this journey. Hit that subscribe button. Also, you guys already know it. Smash that thumbs up button. Like that comment section up. Share this video out. And with the stretch of demonetizations, this one has a solid chance it's going to happen. So if you would like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there's a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video. You guys are keeping this ship afloat as the YouTube's overlords are trying to sink us. All right, guys, we're going to end it with this one. Roll it.
My daughter just informed me that the reason she wears her mask at school, even though they don't enforce it, because we live in Trump territory, is because it pisses them off so much. That is my daughter.
What a bitch.
You're all going to hell. Goodbye.